Welcome to Declutter's Delight tonight. And tonight is decluttering the 3 gifts of recovery. I know for me, recovery's been a long journey, and I've received many gifts tonight. And I like to share with you, 3 gifts of recovery that are part of my recovery that I think that might be helpful for you guys. And it's there are many gifts in recovery, and there are going to be more gifts that I'm going to share in the future. But tonight I'm going to share 3 of them that have been very helpful and very useful to me. The first one for me has been hope, overcoming obstacles. I like the word obstacles instead of challenges or problems or whatever. One of the obstacles I'm dealing with right now was yesterday I went and saw the doctor, and he said I had a touch of pneumonia, and I'm getting over it and doing better and having more energy and sleeping today. But I'm still here bringing you Facebook Live. And I think one of the greatest things about this is that when we all deal with our obstacles, and then we realize that we have hope, and that when we have that hope, we realize that we can overstep our obstacles in life. Hope is a big factor in whether or not you can overstep obstacles, because a lot of folks that don't have the hope get stuck and trip over their obstacles or actually run into a wall. And I know for myself in the past, that's what I used to do, is run into a lot of walls. But I don't run into walls so much anymore. There's sometimes I trip, but you can always get up from being a trip. And that's sometimes when you make a mistake. But the one great thing is that you can always have hope. And when you got that hope, it gets to be much simpler in realizing that when you come up against an obstacle in life, you can learn from it. You can learn from that obstacle. And when you learn from that obstacle, it opens the doors to many other things that you can have happen in your life. And that's a great gift to have in one's life. And for me, another gift I have received is serenity, as life has been made more orderly. I'm getting used to using the computer and organizing my thoughts and, putting things more into the computer and having things, set up that I used to have paper flying everywhere. As you guys know, I've talked about copying 30,000 pieces of paper. Now my whole business fits in a little stack, maybe about that big. And I put a lot of it on the computer now and just keep one copy and not several copies like I used to. And that's been a learning process. And a lot for me in learning that process is actually, in a sense, bringing me serenity and realizing that I don't have to have a lot of paper flying anywhere, and I can organize my thoughts and I know where to go. And when I need something, I can just print it out. I just have one sheet of paper, and I don't have to carry around a whole bunch of sheet of papers. My computer is probably like this and about like this. It's actually smaller than a notebook and comes to you every night on it. And it keeps things more in a sense of order instead of chaos. Being a former hoarder turned to clutter, when you're a hoarder, everything's a mess and you never know where to find anything. And, you have a filing system, but nobody else knows what your filing system is. And you may not even know what your filing system is. And once you get rid of all that stuff, you have to realize, what you do have left, you got to put some sense of order in it. And when you put some sort of sense of order in it and you know where to find things, you start to realize there is a sense of serenity in knowing that things are not so chaotic. And when things ain't so chaotic in life, you have a sense of consistency. And consistency for a lot of us who've lived in chaotic lives or come from traumatic backgrounds that a lot of us have dealt with, that sense of consistency has a certain amount of, how can I say, warmth in the heart, and makes us feel secure in who we are. I know for myself, having a sense of security is very important. And it also helps me learning to love myself. And having that learning to love myself relates back having that serenity and hope. And learning to love myself is a big factor and being successful at not being a hoarder anymore, or in much of a lot of other things in my life. It's a big factor in whether I want to move forward in my life, whether I want to see things succeed in my business, or come to you every night on Facebook Live, because I figure it's important for me to give you excellence, and also make things right. For a lady out there who saw that our flag was not in the right position, as you know, is now in the right position and hanging right. And I'm proud to say that it is hanging right. And I'm proud to be an American. And I'm glad that the flag is hanging right. And thank you for whoever who pointed that out to us. We have taken care of the matter, and wish you the best. And I think that's, for me, a learning experience, that I learned something to make sure the flag is hanging the right way, because, I take a sense of pride in who I am. And that was a learning process itself. And I learned from you guys, if you let me know something or have something for me, you can always put something in an email at andrea@84streetrocks.com, or down in the chat box down below. And one of the greatest things that we could all give to us is learning to love ourselves and others just as who they are. And one of the remarkable things is that when you're learning to love yourself, there's a greater sense of purpose to it. And when you have that greater sense of purpose, you have that serenity that life has more order, and you have that hope that in overcoming your obstacles, that you can have more blessings come into your life. And, one strange thing is that when you put all three of those together, there's a lot of great opportunities in life that can offer to you. I may not know what your opportunities are, but we all have opportunities in life. But it's up to us to take hold of those opportunities. And if they're great opportunities, take hold and hang on to them as fast as you can, because you never know when those opportunities are going to come around again. And it's a great opportunity to realize that opportunities are sometimes an opportunity of once in a lifetime. And, making decisions is important, and making great choices is a great thing. And that is a learning process. And that's also part of learning to love ourselves, and realizing that we can make our own choices in life. And I think for me, one of the biggest choices is learning to take care of myself. And that's definitely part of learning to love myself. And I think realizing too that I'm more than a weight, my physical appearance, my spirit, my heart. It's not all that. It's realizing that I am a multifaceted individual that has many great qualities. I know a lot of you guys out there have great qualities yourself. And it's a very positive thing that if we each one teach one, that, this can go way beyond, what there is just here. And I would encourage you to reach one and teach one, and reach out to another human being and share with them your story of hope. Because if we could all do that, we could all be learning from each other and learning to love ourselves just as we are. Then we have more serenity and more order in life. And then we have a hope overcoming our own obstacles. That in doing so, we learn, and that learning we can share with others, as I've learned to share with you guys. I think for me, one of the greatest obstacles in life was learning that I was a human being, and that I could care about myself, and I could care about other human beings. And that, which declares delight with life, I wish you the best night. Have compassion, love, hope, peace, tranquility, blessings, and have a great night.